And I don't want to hear any griping about this one. Josh Davis rips the helmet off of the Florida player. Top of your screen right there. Watch this. That's just a lack of discipline, and that's going to over spikes. That's spikes. See, and that's a call you just can't have. I mean, you can talk about reputations for having a lot of penalties all you want, but that is just way too obvious.
Right.
Anyone could call that.
Now a little conference going on. A.J. Jones and Brandon Spikes. Now Spikes, groin pull, and he didn't play at all last week.
Charlie Strong told us he could have played last week if I needed him, but he really wanted him to set out another game.
3rd and 15. Florida's, well, they're not bringing 5. They're laying off. And that's going to go nowhere as Ryan Stamper, number 41, who's playing before a hometown crowd here. Jacksonville native, it'll be 4th down.
If I was going to put a word on the Georgia team, I would use the word transition this year. I mean, there's no way last year with Matthew Stafford on 3rd and 15, they're not chucking the ball.
Right.
I mean, this is just a different team. And right now, Mark Richt and Mike Bobo just do not want to put it into Joe Cox's hands early in this game on 3rd and long.
Drew Butler leads the division in punting. You see that 49.4 yard average, and Brandon James, who has been hampered this year, he's only got a 3.5 average. Well, as Gary pointed out a couple of weeks ago, it's because they're not kicking to him. And this time they try and send him back. Perfect. Let it go. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Drew Butler, who is the son of Kevin Butler, All-American kicker at Georgia in the early 80s on the Herschel teams. Nice punt. 7-0. Florida leads. Very impressive opening drive of the game. (7-0) Florida. They scored on the opening drive, and it was an impressive one, Gary.
It really was, and I think when we brought up the fact that Georgia's stout inside, Florida adjusted and said, you know what, we're going to start this game running the edges and booting the edges and force a little space inside later in the game. 2 sweeps, 2 bootlegs, and of course the bootleg pass for the touchdown. You can tell that they saw this game tape and said misdirection wide is the way to start the game.
And on 1st down, Jeff Demps is alongside. Now, so also is Brandon James. Here's the first test up the middle. It gets a couple. Rennie Curran, number 35, the leading tackler on the Georgia team. And let's spend a moment with Tim Brando in New York.
Vern, the first game at UConn since the tragic passing of Jasper Howard, and with under a minute left, UConn had scored on a 4th down play, and then Tom Savage's 81-yard pass to Tim Brown for Rutgers with 22 ticks left would be the difference maker. Rutgers wins it 28-24. Back to you.
Okay, Tim, thank you. It's 7-0 here midway through the first. It's 2nd down and 8 officially. Play fake. Tebow sidearms it to a man out wide right. It's Deontay Thompson, number 6. And that's a 1st down. Last play.
When the quarterback, Vern, starts getting outside of the pocket, the defense will adjust. Watch Nick Williams, number 39, take Tebow out well after the handoff. Well after the handoff.
First and 10 for Florida at their own 19-yard line.
You know, that type of stuff will come back later in the game. Someone will see it later.
You bet.
And that's why you're almost last in the country in penalties.
1st down and 10 on the completed pass to Thompson. This one right side again. Down low is Riley Cooper with his 2nd catch. Cooper with the touchdown grab of 22 yards on the opening drive. 7 to go in the first quarter.
You know what else is popping out here is it looks like that no-huddle offense that Florida tried to steal from Oklahoma. They've canned that. And I never liked it, and the reason was Tebow is such a great leader. I want him looking at my offensive lineman every snap.
Second down. Tebow, a perfect start, 5 for 5. Here's the dive play up the middle. Emmanuel Moody, who is the third running back. Young man from North Central Texas, started his career at Southern California, and then came to Florida as a transfer.
Well, when you talk to the Florida coaches, they say Moody has earned his touches.
Had some fumble problems early. Coppell, Texas, a little bit north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Airport, International Airport. I can't call it the regional airport. I'll get letters. First down. Rainey split off wide right. Four-man rush. They're stunning. Here's a quick screen out to Deontay Thompson, and he's got some room down the sidelines. Out to the 45, and this just might be enough to move the chain again.
Well, you tell me, on the start of this game, if you're a Georgia fan watching your team play defense or a Florida fan, that this doesn't remind you more of the 2008 of attack than so far we've seen in 2009. Everything in 2009 has started off up the middle with the option. Now it looks more like the spread.
Now here's Rainey alongside Tim Tebow. Play fake again. Tebow's been perfect so far, wide open, and it's dropped by Brandon James. Oofta.
Yeah, it was a poorly thrown ball by Tebow and a worse catch.
Yeah.
Absolutely looking right in the sun, though, Brandon James was, and he fought it all the way, didn't he? See the shadow going exactly away from it, but a poorly thrown pass by Tim Tebow with a guy 25 yards in the open.
First incompletion of the game for Tebow. It's second down and 10.
Another misdirection boot.
Play fake. Caught. Went right through the arms of Darrell Gamble, and Aaron Hernandez, the tight end, makes the catch. 3rd and 5. 7 of 8 for Tebow, 77 yards. Talked about the aftermath of the Mississippi State game. For the first time in his career at Georgia, Tebow did not meet with members of the media. Did spend some time talking with his former offensive coordinator, Dan Mullen, and his family. And then apologized on Monday, but said, I hope everybody understands. Here's Tebow, and it's a first down.
Third and 5. Florida has been having problems pass blocking in this situation. No one to throw to. Kind of goes right through Kern on this one. Reggie Kern does a nice job taking away the first throw and then can't handle Tim. Oh, look at that. He even tried to trip him on that one and get him to do it. When's the last time we've seen Tebow try to finesse somebody in that situation?
Well, he needed 5 and he got 6. And Demps and Rainey are both alongside Tebow now. Here's the sweep to the left. Blocker down. And let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim.
Vernon, Gary, in the Wild Wild West, Auburn is back. Two teams were going in different directions coming in. Here's Ben Tate, which would give Auburn a 31-7 lead. He has now over 1,000 yards on the season. They hung on to win at 33-20. Ole Miss drops to a paltry 2-3 in the SEC West, once ranked as high as number 4 in the country. Back to you.
And Alabama with an off week. LSU playing Tulane tonight. Ole Miss, one of the major disappointments of the year, I would think, with all the preseason hype. Here's Demps around the corner. Another first down. Boy, they are really operating effectively. Well, Steve Adazio said we've become predictable.
Sure have. It's the wide zone play, and you will see Florida pull two offensive linemen to get out in front of Demps on this one. Just a total different look and a nice adjustment by Florida, who said to win the national championship, we have to do something more than just try to establish the dive play.
Well, we mentioned Dan Mullen, who is now the head coach at Mississippi State, and Steve Addazio, a longtime colleague of Urban Meyer, started with him at Notre Dame and came here 5 years ago, is now the offensive coordinator. Here's Tebow. He's been really good here in the first quarter. And that one is gathered in. Touchdown, Riley Cooper. It is under review.
Now, Riley Cooper is a very physical receiver. I think he held off Boykin and caught this one-handed. So it was a perfect throw. Let's watch it one-on-one. Nice head inside. Good coverage by Boykin. Holds it with his left hand, catches it with his right hand. Yes, he did. Now, did he come down in time? The ball was not bobbled. He caught the ball. Look at that catch. Great coverage. He's got it. Right foot comes down. You know, look at this play, Vern, really. Boykin can't cover any better. Tebow can't throw it any better. And Riley Cooper can't catch it any better.
No. And certainly nothing there would seem to overturn the call.
You know what, the guys, I was listening to the guys on Sunday on the CBS thing, and I think it was Boomer who said, you can't defend a perfect pass. And this is exactly what this is, a perfect pass and a tremendous catch.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Steve Landis is our replay official, longtime SEC referee, and Tebow has his second touchdown toss to his roommate, Riley Cooper. Caleb Sturgis is on to try the extra point, missed one against Mississippi State, also missed a field goal, and Urban Meyer getting a little edgy about his position, but he is on there now. Said he might open up the kicking game again to Jonathan Phillips. Well, that's worth another look.
Well, Georgia tries to disguise here with two deep safeties. Watch this, two deep safeties, one there, one there. But at the snap, they move into man-to-man coverage. Florida, Tebow reads it properly, throws to the right guy. Not a lot of space, but if you put it up towards that back pylon, not much bad can happen.
Well, Tim Tebow's second toss to his roommate, this one 29 yards. It's been all Gator. Watch Fantasy Football today to get the last-minute news and analysis you need to set up your Fantasy League lineup live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on CBSSports.com. Well, already this year, Stephen Garcia of South Carolina, Ryan Mallett of Arkansas, Jonathan Crompton of Tennessee have had career days against this Georgia defense. Tebow's off to a pretty good start. He's 8 of 9 and thrown for 2.
Yeah, and right now Georgia's trying to find where Florida is going to attack next. They are totally off balance on defense.
Touchback. Now Caleb Sturgis is getting into the act. He's getting pumped. Remember how calm he was when he kicked that game winner against Arkansas?
Yes, he was. Well, I'll go back to what I think Georgia needs to do, and that's throw the ball towards number 8, A.J. Green. I just don't believe they're strong enough to run the ball consistently against this Florida defense. They must distort them a little bit with the pass to their best player, even if it's incomplete.
Florida will open defensively with 4 down. Stamper and Spikes, the linebackers, inside. Now here comes Spikes, saw something, and he came across the neutral zone. It's going to be another penalty against Georgia.
Orson Charles again, number 7.
Start, number 7, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Left side of the screen, number 7. This is the second one, top of the screen right here. I'm sorry. Center's calling out the plays. Ben Jones is, and Orson Charles thinks he hears the snap count.
Fourth penalty against the Bulldogs. Ely and Schoppus in the eye. Schoppus is the fullback. Here's the change from Joe Cox. Counter change from Brandon Spikes. Cox to throw, right side. On the cut, incomplete. Intended for Tavares King. A.J. Green last week.
Well, last week, Vanderbilt was a little nervous about covering A.J. Green at the line of scrimmage. It gave him space to throw plays like this. The difference for Florida is they will get up in his face and force Joe Cox to throw the ball downfield more to get it to him. They're not going to give him those gimmies. Watch. Jenkins and Hayden will get right in his face and force a deeper throw. There it is again. No gimmies early.
Cox in trouble. He'll run 20, 25 and out of bounds.
Joe Cox on the carry.
Well, A.J. Green grew up in Summerville, South Carolina.
Knocked out of bounds by number 3.
Played for the Summerville Green Wave. And he played from the 6th grade on against Carlos Dunlap, the outstanding defensive end who played at Fort Dorchester High School, also in the Charleston area. Dunlap was telling a story earlier this week about how in their senior year he got so frustrated at Green's ability to get open, he went from his defensive line position and went out to chuck him on the corner. Green gave him a hip and went for a touch. Here's Cox and Tavares King. And just as a footnote to that, fun to watch this stuff. Summerville won last night over Buford 30-33. John McKissick, the coach in high school, South Carolina, his 58th year.
58.
Won his 565th game last night. Gary, I don't want to date myself,
No.
but I'm gonna. He started coaching in high school when I was in the 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. First down. Rayshon Ely. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, guys, from the time he was a sophomore, A.J. Green had already verbally committed to Georgia, but in 2007, Urban Meyer was still trying to convince him to sign with the Gators. He went to Somerville High and reportedly asked him, is there anything I can say, any way I can convince you to at least come take a visit to Florida? A.J. just said, no, sir, I appreciate it, but I'm a Bulldog.
And
he's a pretty good one. Wow. Second down.
It's very hot out there. You know, this is only a 4-play drive here, and A.J. Green is already resting.
Up the middle, first down, Georgia. Richard Samuel, the ball carrier. That's the second 1st and 10, Gary.
I was impressed with Georgia's last first down when they rolled out of the pocket, knowing that blitz package or that nickel package of Florida is very troubling to pick up. Bobo dialed it correctly, and Joe Cox got him a first down, and now they inch out for another one.
22-yard line.
90 seconds remaining, opening quarter. Cox open, caught. First down, Georgia at the 44 of Florida. A.J. Green.
That's what you got to do. You're so afraid of this guy going deep that if you get him on these crossing routes against those aggressive linebackers from Florida, there's space in the middle, and Jenkins didn't handle him, and they didn't get the safety there in time.
Mike Bobo's second week in succession, he's been on the sidelines. The offensive coordinator went back down on the sidelines in the game at Vanderbilt, said he just wanted to feel the emotion and look his guys in the eye. First down and 10. Cox, right side, wide open. This is Rontavious Wooten, number 17. And it's another Georgia first down.
Well, Wooten ran what you call a speed out here against Jenkins. Watch, no, just bend it to the outside. Nice throw to the outside. Easy pitch and catch. Remember, Georgia was moving okay last time until they got the dead ball foul. So they're feeling that they can move the ball if they just stop making penalties.
And again, a 4-down line defensive set. First down 10 after that 18-yard pickup. Cox up the middle. It's Ely. Brandon Spike, Sands helmet.